Hey, what's up, fellas and ladies? Hope everyone's doing well. So the U.S. Mint had recently announced its January circulating coin production numbers. All the news, by the way, um, provided for this kind of talking point coming from CoinNews.net. Probably one of the most reliable resources for coin news and such. They seem to have a pretty good pulse with the U.S. Mint. So this makes it a lot easier to kind of explain what's going on. I had alluded to a number of times. Most specifically in December and January. Hey guys, if you're looking for some of these leftover 2021s, and we all know there's a boatload of different very valuable and quite scarce varieties and errors that have come out last year. And I've on a number of occasions had made the comment that you guys better look for these before circulating coinage becomes diluted with 2022 coins. So the U.S. Mint had made an announcement. They had produced, let's see here, 1,249,000,000. Jesus, that's a lot. 249,840,000 total coins for the month of January, which for the last 12 months ranks it number 5. All right, it's not the highest, but it seems like a lot because it is. December actually ranked at the lowest. No, actually January of last year, but December coming in pretty hot there at 953,370,000 pieces. All right, so one of the lowest. But we saw our heaviest production last summer, where July came in at number 1 in the last 13 months at 1,505,240,000 total pieces. As far as a breakdown by denomination, let's see, we have a total of 748 million Lincoln cents with brand new 2022 dates that were produced in January. The following breakdown is as such. Denver minted coins were at 406,400,000, and Philadelphia Mint coming in at 341,600,000. And that number is those two statistics right there between the Denver and Philadelphia is kind of interesting because normally Philadelphia would have the higher ramp up of coins. So I don't know, but as you can see, Lincoln Cents coming in at the very top production wise. Strangely enough, Roosevelt Dimes came in second at 202 million pieces produced in January. 105,500,000 pieces were produced in Denver, and 96,500,000 were produced in Philadelphia. Quarters came in third at 179 million pieces produced, and a lot of that's attributed to the brand new this thing right here, the Maya Angelou quarter. So that's the production there with that one. Jefferson Nichols were at 115,680,000, and of course the two what I consider NIFCs, candy half dollars at 3.2 million, and Native American $1 coins at 1,960,000 pieces. Sorry, that's my dog. With a grand total of 1,250,000,000. We'll just round it up a little bit. So with those numbers coming in with such a huge staggering number, as a matter of fact, compared to this same month last year, it represents over a 300 million piece higher output than January of 2021. All right, so where does this kind of leave us in the conversation of whether or not you're going to be able to see some of these leftover 2021s. Well, with the new coins coming out, it's going to dilute down the amount of coins that are currently out there. I mean, if you ever gone to the bank, for example, you picked up a few rolls of coins, you're going to find that a vast majority of them are going to be coins from the last 3 years. you're going to see kind of like this. I forgot what it's called, but the rate of circulation, the survival rate. Sorry, the survival rate of coins older than that are disappearing by the day. I mean, just look at the 2009 kind of like commemorative Lincoln cents. I'm not finding a whole lot of those in circulation anymore. So it doesn't take a whole lot long for coins, over like 5-6 years to. I'm not going to say completely disappear out of circulation, but you're going to see less and less of them because those particular coins had contrastingly lower mintages, and we've just seen an overproduction of coins due to the demand. 18 months ago, people were throwing out coin shortage, and the Federal Reserve Bank was ordering records amounts of coins from the U.S. Mint for production. And we've seen just a incredibly high demand for coins since this same month of last year. It's just a unprecedented record amount of production in spite of lower headcount and employee count at these facilities during the pandemic. Thank God it's like coming to a close. I'm sick and tired of it. But in any event, yeah, we're seeing record production numbers of coinage that are being produced today, which is ultimately going to make the existing coins that are in circulation today begin to dwindle. Okay, it's going to feel like it, even though these same coins are still somewhere out there, whether they're circulating, actually being used in commerce like they're supposed to, but oftentimes more so, a lot of people are probably hoarding these, is my guess. I hate to admit it, but with everything going on in the world today and all that crap in Russia and all that stuff, it's like things are really weird right now, and I just don't know how things are kind of playing out. I know price of oil has shot through the roof. So there's a bunch of commodities that are being shaken up right now. PMs are showing a little bit of price movement as well, but not kind of like the most wild types of price movement as you would expect. So with this kind of production, another thing that people are going to be asking, how is the quality going to be measured with the record amount of coins being produced? Okay, let's just go out on a limb that the both U.S. Mint facilities, like the ones that produce actual circulating coinage, being the Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint facilities, are running at about, let's say, 90% of employee capacity compared to what they were at in 2019. Well, in 2019, they produced a little bit less coins than they are today. All right, they weren't cranking out 1 billion coins every month in varying different denominations. They were producing less than that. So you would imagine with a little bit less workforce, just because of people have moved on to different things, or they're working from home, doing different things to make ends meet. You're going to find that there are less people working at the Mint facilities. Now, until the Mint actually, goes on my video and says, no, we have the same head count as we did 3 years ago. Until that actually happens, we're just going to assume, based off of the overall kind of data crunch numbers that I've seen in retail and various other different types of fields, that the actual existing workforce has definitely shrunk down at these companies, and more people are working online. They're producing e-commerce solutions for people. They're doing information security type stuff on a freelance level, and they're all working from home. They're all working remotely, and these are the type of things that people have shifted within the last 18 to 24 months. And I know I'm kind of like going way out in the left field with this, but when it's coming down to the actual workforce of the U.S. Mint and the quality is still going to be straight up garbage with record amount of coin production. Obviously, they cannot examine every single coin that comes out of that press. It's just going to be one of those things where we're going to see more bad quality coins. We're going to see more errors than we ever have, especially if the proposed production numbers continues on this same kind of like level trajectory of 1 billion plus production every month throughout the rest of the year. That's even with an improved health outlook with the pandemic and all that great stuff. Even if like this thing just burned away as of 2022, there's no guarantee that people are going to be back to work. People are still going to be hoarding coins like they normally do. I know I've hoarded my fair share of West Coast boxes of pennies and all that great stuff. So yeah, we're going to continue to see much more production. It does not necessarily mean that people are actually spending this cash to pay for their goods and services. I think more people are still dependent on on the sites like PayPal, Venmo, Google Pay, and various other things using their chip on their card or just using a card in general, and still less people actually using cash. So yeah, kind of interesting what we're seeing. It's quite a hefty number. The one and a quarter billion coins producing for the beginning of this year, and that they even coinnews.net even talked about some of the U.S. Mint products that they have released, like the rolls and bags of the new quarters, in which the Philadelphia minted pieces sold out nearly immediately because those are a huge profit potential type of item where people buy them for $40 and they flip them for over $100 a bag for a $25 face bag, that is. And we're beginning to kind of seeing more arbitrage opportunities from some of these U.S. Mint products that, even just a few years ago, people generally ignored. People really had their eye on the ball on that specialty Silver Eagle, or they added on that 2 coin other type of set, that people really wanted, or the Morgan dollars from last year, and this and that and those. But now we've seen kind of like this shift, this current turn. We're seeing proof sets, especially the silver types, being sold on the U.S. Mint for an insane amount of money, more so than we have ever imagined. $50 for a 5 coin set of quarters is a stupid amount of money to me. And that's with silver that had dropped a little bit and have flatlined at that $24 level currently. It used to be like 22, $23 as recently as like a week or two ago. But some of the more kind of like overlooked items from 2 years ago, people are paying more attention to them, and people are putting their money in that with the prospect of either finding some really neat items out of there, some really neat errors and what have you, or turning it around and then alternately flipping them on the secondary market and making boatloads of money. Converting your $1 for $2.50. It is really solid profit in today's world, where there's a lot of uncertainty in the collectibles market, not specifically in coins, but all other collectibles where things have dove down to pre-pandemic levels, and people are a little unsure of whether or not they want to get into, say, that Michael Jordan rookie card, or if they wanted to get into, say, a vintage video game from the early 80s or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing out stuff, just to kind of talk about those items as kind of a comparison. But we're seeing kind of like this strange kind of, I don't know. I've been measuring the market since December, and we're seeing kind of a funny, weird shift in in things. I don't know. I don't know how to kind of process it right now because coin grading and alternately any sort of collectibles grading is incredibly popular right now. Who knows how long that's going to last? But at the same time, we're also seeing just general shifts into kind of like mundane stuff that people don't think were worth buying up a few years ago. People are paying more attention to, again, those bulk U.S. Mint products. They're paying more attention to God, what's the other thing? They're paying more attention to bank boxes. A lot of the brand new 2021 and 2022 P Mint Bank boxes are commanded $100 plus if you could find them. And you know, with the record production from the mint, it should be available, but it's not. They're not readily available for anyone. I have a general just upsize of my audience, you know, come into chat and say, none of my banks have this stuff. I can't get any 2022 coins for any reason, not even to save my life. And my general thought is people are beating you to it. People are actually camping out and they're waiting. There are people that are actively going out in the field, driving around and going to visiting probably 20 to 30 banks a day and hoarding up all of the brand new 2022 bags and coins and boxes and rolls and all that stuff. And leaving nothing to anyone else. Okay, and there are a few people are doing that. I know of a few people personally that go out and they corral up as much of the circulating coinage, primarily the brand new stuff, because those are hot right now on the flip. So that's why I wanted to talk about crazy, insane numbers. It's going to be interesting to see what February is going to shape out at, considering that February of last year, we saw another pretty big production month, given that there's 3 less days. The total mintage production of product last year, as far as circulating coinage only, 1,163,400,000 for February. That is a lot because you lose 3 days out of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this looks. Come say in a few weeks when I do another video talking about February 2022. I would imagine we're still going to be over 1 billion. We might even eclipse January's numbers because that's what happened last year. And we're really not seeing any improvement over regarding the accessibility of such coins. So the Federal Reserve Bank is going to continuously order these. The U.S. Mint is going to continuously produce these as well. So we're just going to see the number continuously go up. It would not be out of the question if we saw maybe the same 1.2 or 1.3 billion coins produced for February, and it'll eclipse last year's numbers. We'll see. That's why I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys for joining again. I'm your host, Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next coin video. So long.